And welcome to another live stream. I hope that you are all very well. Uh, Before we continue, can somebody tell me whether they can hear me and whether they can see me? That would be appreciated if they can. Nobody? Can nobody hear me? Well, I'm going to give a few minutes for people to come on, and then we are going to be starting. Okay, let us get started. I've just got someone, sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Zuhilia, thank you for that. So I'm definitely live. Thank you. And I've been told that they can hear me as well. So most appreciated. So as I said, welcome to this live stream. I hope that you're all very well. And I'm looking forward to talking about road signs and road markings. I will do my very best to make this very simple for you. Now, let's start off by talking about road signs. Uh, Before I say sorry, I forgot one thing. Please, if you're new to this channel, please support the channel by subscribing and hitting the bell notification on. So let's get started. Talking about road signs. Road signs are very important. Al, thank you very much. Avi, thank you. So, as I said, road markings are very important. And the thing about road signs is, where will you find them? No, you won't find them on the road, because if road signs were on the road, then the car drivers or other motorists is going to plow into them. Road signs will be on the side of the road, on the lamppost. So it's very important. It's very important that when you're driving along, you don't just look straight. You want to scan the road. You want to scan the pavement. As I said, road signs will be on the pavement. They'll be on the street lighting. Don't expect road signs to be on the road. Okay, so we're going to carry on. Today's magic word, by the way, is keys. And I will ask this later on, and the person who gets it right will have access, will win access to our Psychology of Learning to Drive course. Okay, road signs. There are different colors and different shapes. And this is most important. Whether you're doing your theory test or whether you've been driving for years, it's good to refresh your memory on this. Very important. Red circles basically mean no. No, you should not do this. No, you should not do that. It is something that you should not do. Yeah, RV said on the lampposts, 100% road signs are found on the lampposts. Red road signs, basically in a red circle, no. In a blue circle, these signs would mean yes, something you must do, something you should do. These are positive signs. RV said, yes, I'm ready for this one. Triangle signs are warning signs, something that we need to be aware of, something we need to be careful about. And then we have the rectangular signs, which are information. They're not always rectangular, square, but these are information signs. Please okay. Please, the video is blur. I don't know why the video is blur, but it seems fine on my end. I'm going to carry on. Red circles. As I said, red circle means no. Let me give you an example. If you see a bicycle in a red circle, then that would mean no bicycles allowed. If you saw a pedestrian in a red circle, that would mean no pedestrians allowed. If you saw 30 in a red circle, that would mean no more than 30 is allowed. So if you saw anything in a red circle, basically that is something that we must not do. Let's move on to the blue circles now. Blue circles are something, as I said earlier, we should do, we must do. These are basically positive signs, yes signs. So earlier on, we had the red circle with a picture of a bicycle in it, meaning no bicycles. The blue circle with the same bicycle in it would mean yes, bicycles only. It basically represents a cycle lane. Now, earlier on, we had the red circle with a picture of a pedestrian in it, meaning no pedestrians. A blue circle with a picture of a pedestrian in it would mean pedestrians only. So, yes, pedestrians. It's a lane for pedestrians. Now, here's a tricky one. A blue circle with 30 in it means yes, you can go over 30. Or should I say, you must go over 30. It's minimum 30 miles an hour speed limit. Now, I'm going to ask a little question here, and there's no prizes, but it's just something, I'm just interested in knowing. Uh, I've been driving for many years, and I have never, ever remember seeing a minimum 30-mile-an-hour sign. I've never seen one. Well, I saw one when I was a kid, a little boy somewhere, and I don't even remember where. So has anybody ever seen a minimum 30-mile-an-hour speed limit here in the UK? If they have, I would love to know where one is. Yeah, may even visit the place. Okay. Yeah, minimum 30. That's exactly what I said. No, minimum 30, you have to go over 30. But where is this sign? Anyway, let's carry on with the red triangle. Now, red triangle, basically like the hazard warning lights on a car. You get the triangle shaped button, we press the button and the hazard lights comes on. So it's a good way of remembering that the red triangle is a warning sign. Ubi said, I've not seen this in my driving lessons either. Okay, so the red warning signs. Now, we had a bicycle in a red circle, no bicycles. A bicycle in a blue circle, bicycles only. A bicycle in a red triangle, be careful of cyclists. We know what they're like. They're all over the place. They'll go on the pavement one time, next time they'll be on the road. We had a picture of a pedestrian in a red circle, meaning no pedestrians. We had a picture of a pedestrian in a blue circle, pedestrians only. And here, be aware, pedestrians in the road. Now, here we have the shape of the road. It's bending towards the right. So be aware the road is bending to the right. That's all it represents, nothing else. Let's move on to the rectangular signs. These signs, as I said earlier, are information signs. Now, here's a rectangular sign. It gives us information. So we're driving along, and to our left, we've got Lambton. To our right, we've got Townley, and to our straight ahead, we have Axtely, if I've pronounced that right. And the junction is called Hangman's Crossroads. So this gives us information. Rectangular signs, as I said, give information. Here's another rectangular sign. It's blue, meaning it's on a motorway. Um, these two lanes on the right here, they represent the road, the main road. And then we've got the two lanes on the right. The lane which is lower down have got give way lines, so they need to be prepared to give way to traffic on the main road. Whereas the lane above, they don't have give way lines, they just join up directly with their own dedicated lane. Here we have another rectangular sign giving information and is telling us that in 800 yards, the right two lanes will be closed. So the lanes are open at the moment, but it's giving us notice that if we are driving in those lanes, we should consider changing over to one of the left lanes. Road signs are like buses, especially London buses. You could be waiting and waiting and waiting, and there'll be no buses for you. And when the buses do come, they'll come in 5 or 6 of them all together. There'll be so many of them. Road signs are the same. Sometimes you're driving along a road and you don't know what the speed limit is. There's hardly any signs. When the signs do appear, there's so many of them. So when you get so many signs, it's important that we can't read them all straight away. First thing we need to do is check our rear view mirror and ease slightly off the gas. By easing slightly off the gas, this will give you time to read the sign. This is very important for anybody doing their driving test, the independent driving, where the examiners may ask you to follow road signs and road markings. So if you see a sign, check the center mirror and ease off the accelerator, giving you time to read the signs. Now, in this picture here, we've got so many signs, so it's important that we prioritize them. The first most important sign are the red circles. These are things that we must not do. They are against the law. By doing these things, we can end up getting penalty points on our license, even losing the license. So here, my eyes go straight away to the no entry sign. That is the most important sign. So if you get a load of signs, you need to dig out which is the red circle first, followed by the blue circle. Again, it's something that you have to do by law. So we got the red circle telling us no entry, you cannot go through. You've got the blue circle telling us that we can only turn right. So we go straight ahead and then turn right. So first we've got the red circles, then we've got the blue circles. After that, we need to look at the warning signs, the red triangles. And here, the red triangles tell us that we've got bollards that may rise up. So first priority is the red circle, second priority is the blue circle, and third priority is the triangle. If you still have time to read these signs, then we look at the information signs, the rectangular signs. You can see these rectangular signs. Yeah, it's a no entry except for cyclists. So prioritize the signs and that'll make it easy for you. Just want to add here that for those people doing the independent driving in the driving test, you will not fail the driving test if you get lost. So even if you turn in the wrong direction, you will not fail your test, provided you continue to drive safely. The driving examiner will guide you back to the correct route, and if you're following a sat nav, the sat nav will automatically guide you back to the correct route. Thanks, Michelle. He says he liked the bus thing. Uh, Ubi said, when I was in high school, I used to hate that waiting for the buses. You wait there all day, and when they come all at once. Same with the road signs. So it's important that we prioritize them because otherwise they are so easy to miss. Okay, um, there's no magic word coming up, but I'm going to offer somebody the Psychology of Learning to Drive course if they can answer this question. The question is, out of every 5 tests conducted, how many learner drivers will be asked to follow traffic signs? Most people are asked to follow directions given by a sat nav. Some people will be asked to follow traffic signs. So the person who can tell me how many people out of 5, out of every 5 that will be asked to follow road signs, road markings, direction signs will have access to the course. Arvi said 1 out of 5. Perfect. Thank you very much. Um, I will pin a post with your name on it, Arvi, and and I'll tell you how to claim your course. Well, basically, you just send an email to info@dtcuk.co, but I will put that in. And for, you know what? Sorry, Arvi, I forgot something. Here, congratulations. This is especially for Arvi. Congratulations. So this course that you'll be getting, you'll be learning about the VAC learning system. You'll be learning how the brain works, controlling driving test nerves, and learning to drive with learning difficulties such as dyslexia, dypraxia, driving test affirmations, and so many more. For those people who are interested and have not won, then the course can be purchased from our website, and I will put the link in the text below at the end of this session. So, where are we now? Ah, road markings. We're now going to move on to road markings, but before I do so, Al said we can't have that bubbly. That's a shame. Al, it is a shame. It is a shame. But maybe one day, me and you, we may meet up and we'll have some bubbly. All right, road markings. Road markings basically is paint on the road. Unlike road signs, which are on the pavement, on the lamppost, road markings are on the road. The more paint there is, the more danger there is. And in order for you to read the road signs, in order for you to read the road markings, you need to keep your distance away from the driver in front. Because if you're stopping on top of the road markings, you're not going to be able to read it. So keep your distance, and that'll help you to read road markings. There are various types of road markings. We have road markings at the end of the road. we have road markings on the side of the road, and we have road markings in the middle of the road. So let's talk about the road markings at the end of the road. We've got giveaway lines, and occasionally we will have a stop line. As I said, the more paint, the more danger. The giveaway lines are broken. They use less paint. The solid lines use more paint. Solid lines basically are more of a danger. So the difference between a giveaway and a stop line is at a giveaway line, if it's clear, then you do not have to stop. However, at a stop junction, you must stop even if you can see that it's totally clear. Now, I had something in my mind and I forgot what I was going to say now. If I remember, I'll come back to it. Otherwise, let's move on to the next thing. What I was going to say. Okay, I will remember later on. As I, as I said, we got road markings in front, and now we're going to talk about road markings on the side of the road. Similar to the giveaway and the stop line, we had broken lines for the giveaway lines and a solid line for the stop line. Here we've got the same thing with a cycle lane. We've got a broken cycle lane and a solid cycle lane. Who can tell me, for another chance to win the psychology of learning to drive, what is the difference between the broken cycle line and the solid cycle line? Can anybody tell me? No? It seems like a tricky one because there's not many solid cycle lanes about. Well, I'm going to give you 30 more seconds for someone to come up with the answer. The difference between a broken cycle line and a solid cycle line. 20 seconds left. Not sure, said, said Ubi. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I am astonished, totally astonished. Basically, a broken line you can go over. A solid line you cannot go over. So it's the same thing. A broken cycle lane, you can actually, if there was a vehicle in front of you, let's say waiting to turn right, then you can move into the cycle lane if it's safe, having checked your mirrors, of course, and then pass the person on the left. If it's a solid cycle lane, you cannot do that. You need to wait behind them. We should not cross over any solid lines. Okay. A single yellow line and a double yellow line. These are again on the side of the road. The difference between them. Basically, there's not that much difference. A single yellow line, according to the highway code, basically is no parking during certain hours of the day or the week. For example, you may have a single yellow line saying no parking from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday to Friday. A double yellow line means exactly the same thing, plus with additional hours. So a double yellow line may mean no parking 24 hours a day, or it may mean no parking Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. So it's the same as a single yellow line, but with extra hours. Now I'm going to move on to road markings in the middle of the road. Now, in this picture here, we've got a short lines and big gaps between them. These are known as lane lines. It's just there to divide the road, nothing else. So you know, hey, this is my side of the road and that's your side of the road. Then further down, you'll notice the lines change. Here we've got the longer lines. The lines become longer and the gap becomes shorter. These are known as hazard warning lines. As I said earlier, the more paint on the road, the more hazard there is, the more danger there is. The danger here is that we are approaching a junction. I can see a sign in the distance for a roundabout. So the more paint, the more the hazard. Now, the same thing here. This is on a dual carriageway, and we've got lane markings. The lane markings basically are short lane markings with long gaps. And then on the same road, the lines have become longer and the gap is shorter. Here we have the hazard. The hazard being the exit is coming up in 200 yards. As we can see, the two stripes, the countdown marker on our left. Again, we're still talking about the middle of the road. Now, here we've got hatch markings. The borderline of the hatch markings is broken on the left and solid on the right. If the lines are broken on the hatch markings, you can actually drive in the hatch markings in order to position into the protected right turn, which will make it easier and safer for you to turn. At the same time, it will also allow traffic behind you to pass freely on the left. A solid line, no, you cannot overtake. Sorry, yeah, in this particular case, basically solid line, you cannot cross. You can't overtake, you can't cross over the solid line. Here, again, the middle of the road. On the left, we've got a solid white line in the middle of the road, but a broken white line on the other side. Because the solid white line is on our side of the road, we must not cross the line. We must not overtake. However, on the right here, we have the broken line on our side of the road, but the solid line on the other side of the road. In this case, we can overtake if it's safe to do so. Now, earlier on, remember with the giveaway lines, I was struggling and I was thinking, I was going to ask you guys something and I couldn't think. I remember now. As I said, the giveaway lines means you can go without stopping if it's safe to do so. If you're at the giveaway lines and you see that is 99% clear, and you're 99% confident that it's safe to go, you should still stop. You should still wait. Only proceed if you are 100% sure it is safe to go. As far as the driving test is concerned, a lot of people, they worry that they're going to get done for hesitation. If an examiner does feel that you're being hesitant, it will be usually marked as a minor fault. Whereas if you proceeded and you forced somebody to slow down, swerve, or to stop, that would be a serious fault. So let's carry on. Oh, the magic word. Who's going to tell me what today's magic word is? Can anybody tell me the magic word? I've forgotten myself now. The person who gets the magic word will get access to the psychology of learning to drive. I did give the video the magic word in the beginning. I don't know if there's any possibility that you can rewind it. Someone put a picture. I don't know what that picture is. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So Ari gave a picture of a key, and well, that's debatable whether we should accept that. But sorry, I'm I, this I'm not going to try to pronounce. I am going to try to pronounce it. Is all Olduar, Olduar. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I think that you deserve um, the course, not RV. RV. I think you were just being cheeky there. But yeah, definitely. So I will pin the comment of the person who've won, and the names of those people you will need to uh, email info@dtcuk.co. What is this? Well, any idea what this is? It looks like someone reading a book. Reading a book, reading the road. Reading, I mean, you've watched this course and you can read the theory and you can read all the information you want. However, in order for you to fully understand road signs and to fully understand road markings and to understand them for life, you need to put them into practice. And I'm not saying, if you've got your theory test, then you don't take your theory test, that you need to learn to drive to put into practice, because you can learn as a pedestrian. You can consider watching road signs and road markings whilst you're walking, whilst you are cycling, whilst you are even sitting on a bus. Why not play a game and see how many signs, how many markings that you can identify? And if there's some you can't identify, take a picture of them. And when you go home, when you have time, why not Google them up? Why not ask your driving instructor? That is the best way of making sure that what you have learned will stick in your mind. And for those who want a hand with their um, independent driving, why not? Even if you know, even if you know where you're going, even if you go there every single day, why not consider putting the sat nav on your phone and just following directions? That way, you get used to hearing the words of the sat nav. You get used to hearing the terminology that is used. Well, unfortunately, that's going to bring the live stream to an end. Once again, if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. And If you have any comments, uh, any questions, then in the text below, you can ask me and I will respond to each and every single one. I will be here next Saturday, the 18th of February at 4 p.m., and we'll be discussing all weather driving. So we'll be talking about driving in bright sunshine, driving in fog, driving snow, rain, whatever you like. Thank you very much for your time. Take care, guys. Until next time, safe driving. Bye bye.